Okay, so we're gonna go down the slate. Which, now that I say that, we should probably be in this view. Of basically all of the stuff that's going to be coming out of Marvel in Phase Five. Currently, if I remember correctly, we are in Phase Four, and there have been mixed feelings on Phase Four. Phase Four has kind of felt as though it's just been meandering, like it didn't really have a direction. I think Phase Four is just the filler phase, and we're entering Phase Five, and Phase Five's official title is the Multiverse Saga. Now, of course, the entire idea of the multiverse is something that Marvel's really been pushing in the last couple movies. Not only the last couple movies, but also the last few. Let me scoot over. The last few shows that they've essentially been dropping on Disney Plus. The very first one, a part of the multiverse saga, is going to be She-Hulk, Attorney of Law. Uh, that looks really good. I think that this trailer, or I don't know, maybe the criticism from the teaser trailer a little while back might have led them to up the CGI game a little bit, because I think the way in which She-Hulk looks in this trailer is leaps and bounds ahead of the way in which she looked in the initial trailer. The very next thing that we're getting is Secret Invasion. So Secret Invasion is definitely going to be revolving around Nick Fury, Talos, played by Ben Mendelsohn, and the Skrulls invading the Earth, and Nick Fury basically working with the Skrulls who are on his side to eliminate the Skrulls that are trying to essentially conquer the planet. I really don't know what direction Secret Invasion is going to go in, because comic book Secret Invasion essentially had, who was it that got killed? I think it was Elektra that got killed, and when she got killed, she reverted back into a Skrull, which kind of was the catalyst for letting the heroes on Earth know that essentially you can't trust the people that are around you, because they may not be the people that you know and love. Then, of course, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. I kind of hope that we would have gotten a little bit more from this, because it's dropping February 17th, 2023. The main villain is supposed to be Kang, and it's supposed to be a version of Kang, not the Kang that we saw in Loki, which we're going to get to that soon, but a version of Kang from I don't even know if he's from the future. Well, all Kangs are from the future, but he's a version of Kang that lives essentially in the quantum realm, and he's supposed to run into Scott Lang and the rest of the Ant-Man family. There's not really a lot of information on this movie. Like, there aren't really any breadcrumbs to say what exactly this movie is supposed to be about. All we know is that the movie is going to involve uh, Ant-Man, the Wasp, their assorted friends, and their main villain is going to be Kang the Conqueror. We can assume that it's going to happen in the quantum realm. The next big movie is Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Now, this is also going to be one that I feel is going to hit a lot of people in the chest, because there are going to be quite a few characters that are going to be retired after this movie. Peter Quill is one of them. Rocket Raccoon is one of them. Groot may hang around. Drax is one of them. Mantis is going to hang around, and Nebula is going to hang around. But for the most part, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is supposed to be the bookend for the current makeup of the team, where basically some of the characters either go off and retire, or if the leaks are correct, some of the characters will end up dying. The assumption is that in this movie, Rocket's going to bite the dust. Of course, I just did the teaser trailer for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. It looks fantastic. I know that a lot of people had criticisms about them changing the origins of Namor and Atlantis, but from the most part, it looks as though the spin that Ryan Coogler is going to be putting on the characters looks really fucking good. It looks the way in which Namor and the Mayan Atlanteans look is super unique and distinct, and borrows heavily from ancient Mayan culture. Of course, we have the Echo series, which is a continuation from the Hawkeye TV show with the same character. We're supposed to be getting both, I believe, Daredevil showing up, and we're supposed to be getting Kingpin showing up as well. Now, at the end of the She-Hulk trailer, we did see Daredevil show up. So it looks as though Disney has essentially put a lot on the shoulders of Matt Murdock, and he may be the connective tissue between all of these different shows. Of course, we're getting Loki season 2. From the way in which season 1 ended off, Loki was back inside the TVA, but it wasn't his TVA the way in which he remembered it. And we've seen both behind the scenes footage of Sylvie running around working at a McDonald's, but also Loki and Morbius Matrix. Morbius running around and doing stuff. Then, of course, we have the Blade movie, which is supposed to be a continuation and a flashback. Because at the end of Eternals, we see Blade show up to speak with Dane Whitman, Jon Snow himself, from picking up the cursed blade. Apparently, the Blade movie is going to be involving Dracula, and Dracula may be played by Anthony Starr of Homelander fame, of The Boys fame, of Banshee fame, and that's going to be dope as shit. Having Mahershala Ali opposite Anthony Starr, where Anthony Starr is going to be playing a version of Dracula, is going to be dope as fuck, and I think that's going to be cool to sell. The Ironheart series, which is supposed to be, is this taking place? So this is taking place after Wakanda Forever. So we're not getting to learn about Riri Williams in this movie. She'll already be established by the time this show comes out. And the show's supposed to drop fall 2023 on Disney+. Then we're getting Agatha, Coven of Chaos, which is a name change from what it was before, which was Agatha, House of Harkness. It seems as though we're going to be getting both a backstory for Agatha and also a continuation story for Agatha after Wanda essentially leaves her in Westview. Daredevil Born Again, which is going to be dope as shit because it's basically going to be based on probably the best Daredevil comic ever written. If you have not sat down and read Daredevil Born Again, sit down and read that before this show comes out. Because it's basically going to be Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, ripping Matt Murdock's life to shreds, to absolute shreds, and Matt having to basically pick up the pieces that Kingpin's left for him and find his way to being the man without fear, the Daredevil again. Captain America New World Order, like I said, no idea what this is about. It is going to involve Captain America Sam Wilson. Stop. Like, it's been annoying as shit for the last week on the internet where people have been arguing whether or not Sam Wilson is Captain America. He is Captain America. Even the details for this on the sides of New World Order are the designs that are on his suit. So it looks as though he's going to be back. Of course, he's going to be back for this movie. There is no reference to whether or not Chris Evans will be returning as Old Man Cap, but both Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan are going to be back for Captain America New World Order. Then, of course, we're getting a Thunderbolts movie, which, if I remember correctly from the press junket, they said that, what is his name? He passed away recently, sadly, but he played Ross. It's going to involve his character or him setting up the team. So that's going to be interesting to see, like, that all play out. Of course, we're getting Fantastic Four, finally, in the MCU, November 8th, 2024. The person who's supposed to be playing Mr. Fantastic is my boy Joe. And if you do not know Joe is the psychopath on, I'll show you a picture of Joe. Hold on. I like how I typed in Joe, and it was just like, are you speaking about Joe Biden? No. That would be funny as shit, though. Can you imagine a Fantastic Four movie where Joe Biden is Mr. Fantastic? Ha! It would be funny as hell. My man right here. I don't know if you've ever seen the Netflix show You, but this dude from You is supposed to be playing Reed Richards. That is the current rumor mill, that he's the person that's going to be playing Reed. I don't know whether or not that is true, but that is the way in which the current rumors are flowing. Then, of course, we're getting another Avengers movie, Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, which in and of itself is going to be interesting as hell. This may be the movie where we actually end up seeing all the multiple different versions of Kang. And then that is being followed. It looks as though it's a two-parter because Avengers the Kang Dynasty drops May 2nd, 2025. And then literally a couple months later, we're getting Avengers Secret Wars, November 7th, 2025. There is no reference to mutants. We know that Miss Marvel has essentially hinted at mutants, but there is currently no reference whatsoever to mutants, which makes me wonder whether or not we're going to be getting references in the background to the fact that mutants existed in the MCU, but they were eliminated or removed. And when Secret Wars occurs, that's when we're actually going to see the actual mutants show up. Because there's currently a rumor that Giancarlo Esposito is going to be playing Professor X. Let me tell you right now, if Gus Fring, if fucking why did I don't know why every single time I call him Gus, it's like when I call him Gus Fring, I forget the boy's name, and then when I call him by the boy's name, I forget the Breaking Bad name. But my man Giancarlo Esposito, Moff Gideon, Gus Fring, the boys one is gonna come back to me. Stan Edgar, like he's rumored to be playing Professor X. First off, there are people that are like, no, they're like, Esposito play Professor X. No. Let me explain something to you. You would be honored to have Giancarlo Esposito play any character, any day. You would be honored. He graces us with his acting talent when he chooses to play these characters. You would be honored that there would be a universe out there where Giancarlo Esposito is just every single X-Men character. Like he does every single role. They have to shoot the movie 1,000 times from different positions because he plays all the characters. You'd be honored for that to happen. It's probably not going to happen. It's not going to bless you the way in which you wish that it would bless you. But at the same time, I really don't give a shit. I would be hype as fuck if he was Professor X. If he's not Professor X, just go get James McAvoy. He is still young, and he did a really good job in the Fox X-Men movies. It's just that at a certain point in time, Fox just let them drive that franchise off a cliff. Of course, Patrick Stewart's not coming back. He already said that the capstone for his character was Logan. And it seems as though he also admitted once again that he basically only came back to do Multiverse of Madness because they promised him it wouldn't be the same character from Logan. So chances are Patrick Stewart's not going to come back to do it. My man is old. It's time to let his Professor X like rest. But I'd be 100% down if they brought back James McAvoy as Professor X. But I think that's it. That is it. That is everything. Yeah, okay. So, Quantumania, the family finds themselves exploring the quantum realm, interacting with strange new creatures, and embarking on an adventure that will push them beyond limits of what they thought was possible. So, yeah, that's basically information for Quantumania. But that is everything. That is the entirety of Phase 5. And Phase 5, like I said, will be called the Multiverse Saga. So, oh boy. We've got Marvel content for the next 3 years. And I can't fucking wait. Peace.